Hey everybody, welcome to another video. It is about 2 days since the Acadia video. And I am in Baxter State Park, which is in the center of Maine, more north kind of center of Maine, and it is over 200,000 acres of wilderness. And based on a friend's recommendation, I am staying at the campground called South Branch Campground. And as you can see, I am currently kind of tying my clothes to me because tonight it could get cold, so I'm just making sure I have layers just in case. But it's a very pleasant, like 80 degrees out, but I probably am gonna look super silly just tying everything to me. But you know what, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I am hiking up the trail called North Travelers Peak, and I talked to the ranger, super nice guy, and he told me that there's a couple vantage points that are about a half mile up is when they start. He did warn me that the trail was a little challenging, so just be prepared for, you know, test it in the night, which is why I want to hike up right now and kind of get up there for the golden hour light, sunset light, and get some shots for that too. And depending on how that goes, and if it's really sketchy, really difficult, and I really just don't want to do the hike later at night, I'll probably just come down and maybe save that for another time. Or, and if I don't go up there, then I'll just take some shots from the beach here, because there is a lovely beach as well. So I'm actually going to go to the beach first, and I'm going to plan out photo pills from the beach just to see how I like it, because I think the Milky Way core might be hidden a little bit from the mountains. But I don't have that much time to get up there. But he also only said it's only a half a mile. But depending on the difficulty of the trail, I don't really know. So I just want to get started, so let's get going. Here is the campground and the lake. Just beautiful. But the Milky Way is actually going to be about here, behind the mountain. So no go. Let's get hiking. All right, here we go. So immediately getting to the crossroads here. Looks like over here to your right is going to be the Poggy Notch Trail. This just looks like it's just going to go along the side of the lake. And then the other sign here is what we want. This is the North Travelers Trail. First overlook is going to be in about half a mile, and then the peak, the Junction Trail, is a total of 2.6 miles. Bringing the there and back to from the peak to be 5.2. So definitely not going to the peak, maybe half or 1 mile tops. So, but make sure you notice this. You're entering Maine's largest wilderness area. Your safety is your responsibility. Set a turnaround time and stick to it. Your destination is your safe return to the trailhead. Rescuers can be many hours in arriving. So we definitely want to make sure that we are safe and make good decisions tonight, because I want to make sure I can return again to do more photography. Friendly reminder to pace yourself. Friendly reminder to myself, because I'm not no spring chicken no more. Remember, when you're hiking, especially new hikes or uphill hikes, slow and steady wins the race. So let's get this. So we're about 30 minutes into the hike now. And we've come to this fork in the road. I'm assuming this is the first lookout point. To the right is probably the lookout. And it looks like to the left is probably the continuation of the trail, the main trail. So let's put the camera back in the bag and check out these sights. Here we are, lookout number 1. Definitely not great. Gonna keep going. Hopefully not too much further. But man, can you tell how smoky it is? Alright, we're about 20 minutes later. We're about a total of 50 minutes into the hike. I started around 5:30, 5:20. It's now 6:11. This is definitely one of the best viewpoints for sure. Man, you can definitely see how hazy it is, because way back there, that's Katahdin. So it's not that the trail is hyper challenging or really difficult by any means. It's the extra 40 pounds of gear I have on me for all my Astro stuff. Because man, if I went out here with, you know, if I had like a nice 24-70 and then one camera and one tripod, I would be very minimalistic, and that's really all I would need. But no, I have 2 14s, a 28, a 50, my Move Shoot Move rotator, my Benro Polaris, 2 tripods, and all my cables, and all my extra battery packs, and all that jazz, and it adds up, which is why in my Porcupines video, which I'll link up here, I talked about gear management and all this stuff, and you know, I'm also just extremely out of shape because I don't work out anymore, and I hardly, you know, train for hiking, but I think that a little bit further up, is going to be my best vantage point. So I've already come this far. I'm going to continue to go and just trek it out. Well, not even like 5 minutes up the rocky path, we are at the main lookout that I've been looking for and have been scouting from Google Maps. There are several other really nice lookouts further down this way, but I don't need to go that far. It's been about 45 minutes to an hour of nice, slow, steady hiking with all that extra weight. My legs are already jello. I'm ready for a break, but it is just breathtaking here. It really reminds me of photos that I've seen from Yosemite and from Glacier National Park. It really has those kind of vibes here. So let me just do another kind of look around for you. Just look at this, guys. I mean, it really is such a shame that it's so smoky. I know my shots won't be as good tonight as I would like them to be, especially because this is a true Bortle 1 location. I'm gonna put a screenshot up here so you can see here in a moment, but just unbelievable. I'm gonna make this brighter for you. Just wow. Look at that haze too, oh my goodness. Just incredible. So I'm gonna get to taking some panoramas and trying to figure out how I'm gonna compose my shot. Well, unfortunately, there is a slight change of plans, and man, I really regret not bringing my zoom now, even though it sucks. There's just the most sliver of a moon, and it just looks great, even though I'm not really a moon, you know, photograph guy, but man, it looks awesome. But change of plans because I somehow did not pack the remote to my intervalometer, which is used to control the continuous shooting for my 6D because there's not one built in. So I had originally planned to do one of the coolest motion time lapses I've ever done. and I was setting it up and I realized I didn't have the remote to start the time lapse. So that's pretty much off the table now, and I can't use the 6D on my Benro Polaris and use my 5D4 for the time lapse because I don't have the right cable for the Polaris for the 6D. So what's probably going to end up happening is my 6D is just going to be my primary shooter for everything, and I'll sit back, relax, and probably just take stacked shots with the 6D instead of, you know, whatever I do, while the Benro Polaris just kind of does its stuff automatically. So, change of plans. Pretty bummed about it, because this was going to be a freaking sweet time lapse. I was really looking forward to it. But hey, I'll just have to try it out another time. All right. I say that a lot. It is now 8:02. We have about 1 hour till darkness. As you can see, some stars are starting to pop. Gosh, just look at that smoke. It's terrible. Level my camera. Just terrible. And unfortunately, it's both too... I mean, it's pretty much everywhere. There's no getting around it. But that's not going to stop me from enjoying this epic hike, this epic adventure. Man, I can't wait for it to get dark. Well, I have my phone lighting up my face here, and then I got my little headlamp down there lighting up the rest of me. I got the camera going right here. It's aimed in the other direction, so I hope my lights don't mess up the shots. But yeah, things are going good. It's incredibly dark here. I do think the smoke is making it not quite as dark as it could be, but the shots are looking phenomenal just off back of camera. This is really an awesome place. The Milky Way was super visible. Yeah, the shots look awesome back of camera. Milky Way was super visible even in twilight. Like toward 8:30, it was almost just as visible as it is once it got fully dark. Did a couple sky quality readings. Right now it's averaging about 21.55, which is incredibly dark. And so far Beaver Island is the darkest that I've ever been to, except for Tequamanon Falls, which there's not a whole lot of open sky there, so it's not really fair to give a reading. You're supposed to have like 360 degrees of unimpeded view. But there's a lot of trees that are backed up there, so it's like a false reading of how dark it is, kind of, so. Well, that was an absolutely incredible night, filled with meteors, way more than I was expecting, and I got this epic shot on 50mm of this nice fireball that, I mean, on 50mm, who would have thought? So, it's about 1:40 in the morning. Let's get going down. I'm tired. But thanks so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to show you these epic shots that I got tonight. See you in the next video.